Welcome back, everybody. It's two nerds are better than one. I am Ron Deasy. I got my buddy old pal here,
Mr. Awesome.
and we are back. But we are have mixed feelings. Well, at least I do about the topic we're gonna be talking about. Um, if everybody's been tuning in to Disney Plus, we are talking about the disappointment of the Acolyte. And you know what's funny is that I was looking through our text message, and I remember I asked you about it. I was like, "Hey, did you see the trailer for Acolyte?" You're like, "Yeah." I was like, "Damn, dude, why are you so cold?" But now I was like, "Oh yeah, Disney has been missing. My bad, been missing for a while now. I think the last good one was probably the Andor, right?
Um,
And
yeah,
Mandalorian
because
3 was
Andor was after Mandalorian season 2, right?
yeah, and then Mandalorian 3 was okay. Wasn't the
Yeah,
best season, but it was still better than all these rest of them.
Andor was definitely better than season 3 of Mandalorian.
Yeah. So let's jump right into it.
Before we start, I just want to say, listen, I know that we're going to be negative about this. There's not much good to say, but I just have to say, in our defense, man, that people would kill to have the rights to do something cool with this franchise.
Oh man.
And with $180 million to boot to do it. And this is what they did.
Yeah.
It just blows my mind. And I don't even know how something like this could get approved. Like 10 seconds in, I knew the show was gonna suck.
Yeah.
And you could just tell there was like the laziest writing in the world. So yes, we're gonna say a lot of bad things about the Acolyte today. For good reason. We're gonna give you good reasons. But
right.
Just so you know why we're so upset about it, it's because we could have got something great.
It was a great concept.
The resources were there. It was something that you could play around with, and instead they just took everything that you knew about what Jedi already were and twisted it. And it's just it just upsets us a little bit, at least for me. So yeah. I just want to get that out real quick, but let's get it going, man.
And I want to say, because I know I've been paying attention to what the main actor has been saying online with the backlash.
Is that the Amandla, whatever?
Yeah. This has nothing to do with genders at all.
Definitely does not.
Does not, because I actually enjoyed the sequels with Rey being the main character, and the person, I think her name is Daisy something.
Yeah, I think Daisy Ridley or something.
Yeah. She said herself, like, yeah, they didn't know what they were doing. Like in episode 8, they're like, yeah, we didn't know what Rey was supposed to be. We didn't know she was gonna be a Kenobi. We didn't know she was gonna be this and that. So like the writing has been trash for a while. And the direction of where they want to go has been, and that was who was that? Was that Ryan Johnson or Ryan something?
Yeah, and that's also Hang on, just 1 second. I'm gonna turn my fan down. I see a little interference on my mic. I know you probably can't hear it, but I don't want it to be messed up.
Yeah. So yeah, and that was Ryan Johnson, and we were like, yeah, what was he doing? And there's a lot of people said like if you could skip like, or there a lot of people were saying that episode 8. They're saying episode 8 is like, it should be like a what if episode. But what were you saying?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so Ryan Johnson, yeah, and that's kind of the start of really twisting things that were established that you really wanted to do a whole new thing with. Like a lot of these characters' personalities don't fit in the the sequels. A lot of these characters' personalities don't fit who they were in the OT. You know what I mean? Like Luke was not Luke. I mean, let's be honest, right? And that was Ryan Johnson. I actually really enjoyed Force Awakens. I didn't hate that one at all.
That was actually like a safe. He did it was it JJ Abrams?
Yeah.
He took like the safe approach.
Yeah.
And I think he executed it very well.
Yeah. I mean, he almost just redid the first movie.
Yeah.
in a
Exactly.
way, and use some member berries as well along the way, especially like the one that was garbage, the ship that's garbage, and then it turns out to be
Yeah.
the Millennium Falcon. You're like, what?
Yeah.
You know that?
I got up in my seat. I was like, oh yes. Do you know how I feel about ships?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I do know how you feel about ships. I'm gonna ask you about the ships in this show too. How do you feel about the ships in this show?
You know what's interesting is like if you look at I'm gonna get to that question. But if you look at the prequels,
I actually wanted to ask you that last time because, I thought maybe that'd be something positive because I know you like ships.
the prequels ships almost look better, or actually I think they do look better than the OTs. And the OT is actually like set after. And you would think like if it's set after, it should have a better design. But I know the OT and it was made in the 1970s or something like
Yeah.
that. So but anyways, I didn't like neither ship. I was looking at the Sith in there. I forget his name. I was looking at his ship and I was like, nope. Did don't like it.
I was just curious.
I didn't like nobody's ship in there. I loved going back to Mandalorian. I loved Bo-Katan ship because it was originally it was from whatchamacallit, Rebels. It was like that rogue Mandalorian. I forget his name. Stax Garson or something like that. It was really his
Okay.
ship. But I like that ship. Then he Mandalorian, Mando, his ship was cool.
Oh,
I
dude, the
forget what it's
Razor
called.
Crest is dope. I like the Razor
Yeah.
Crest a
I was
lot.
kind of upset that they destroyed it. But when he got the Naboo fighter, I was like, okay,
Yeah, that was cool
I can
too.
settle with that. Yeah.
But I do like the Razor Crest.
And then Slave One, and they're changing it now. It's not called Slave One anymore. It's called like the
Whatever.
Fire Spitter. I was like, nobody was even worried about it being called Slave One. Nobody cared. Like I sure did it.
Nah, man, it's just all this fucking politics bullshit. It's
Yeah.
fucking everywhere,
But
dude.
yeah, neither ship. I didn't like no ship in there. They look weird to me. Like I don't know. They dropped the ball for the High Republic. So
Yeah. Okay. Just curious. But yeah, back to what we were talking about with the sequels. So. What were you
yeah,
saying?
that's all I had to say.
Okay.
We're talking about the genders. Like this has nothing to do with gender.
Yeah.
It was just the series was just it was a great concept, and I was reading about it, and then and I didn't even think about it, but like,
What you think of that video, that diss track?
I didn't listen to it. I didn't care. I did not care. I was like, I was like, is she an artist or?
Yeah, as a musician, I was curious what you thought.
I was like,
of
yeah,
that.
I didn't really listen. I read her interview and
It more just sounded like she was talking while trying to auto tune it.
I wasn't trying to listen to it.
Okay.
I
didn't hear the whole thing. I just saw parts of it.
Yeah, but yeah, they're saying how the twins May and Osha were supposed to resemble like Luke and Leia, how they were twins. I was like, oh, I didn't see that, and maybe I didn't see it because it was
it's
just
not
poorly
there.
done. Yeah, it was poorly done.
People are trying to write this show. They're looking for anything to be like, oh, well, they did this because of that. They did this because of that. No, they didn't. You thought of that.
Yeah.
They didn't think of that. If they thought of that, they would have explained that in some way.
And from what I hear, it doesn't look good for a season 2.
I hope not. But here's the thing: I still think they're going to make a season 2. Because I think, so I don't know if you've heard, and this is something that just kind of new to what I thought about recently. Because in games, there are companies, DEI companies, that invest in these games, so that you make the game. You just have these people advise you on different things to do that they want to do with the IP, things that are more for a modern audience, they say.
Yeah.
And if you do this, you get money from these other companies to put into your game so you can make your game, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's been the same way, I think, with movies and TV shows and stuff like that. So if the companies got what they wanted out of this, and even if it doesn't do well, if they're willing to put in the money to have this out there, they may have already just planned on a season 2 already. Because where'd that 180 million go, man? I almost think that 180 million is for 2 seasons.
Yeah. And you know,
I don't see 180 million in this show. I just don't.
Yeah, and you're right, because like you have a point, because the way they ended episode 8, or just the whole series in general, there's a lot of open-ended stuff. And then the cameos they have, it's like, oh, okay, so they better explain this, because a lot of people are like, wow, they put Yoda at the end, so this, and they're really upset about that. They're
Yeah,
like,
and they should
okay,
be.
are they saying that Yoda didn't know Yoda didn't know any of this was happening? Because in episode 3, he sensed everybody was dying, all the Jedis were dying. So you're telling me he's just in his little chamber and not saying anything?
It's BS.
Like, oh, they
It's
gotta
all
they gotta
BS.
explain it. They better make a great explanation.
They won't.
You know,
And it's just member berries, man. It's just to get like the big shills that just can't let go of Star Wars at all, to be like, oh, Yoda at the end, and like also Darth Plagueis. What? Like, get out of here, man. Like, just jangle them keys for him, dude. It's just
I will say, when I did enjoy the Jedi battles. I think let me get his name. Chimera was his name. Chimera.
So we were talking 1 through 4, and then so now we're on 5 through 8. And
Chimera, yeah.
I will say that Grinhead's battle with all the Jedi I thought it was pretty well done. Some people didn't like it, or at least a lot of parts of it. Some people didn't like that shish kebab move.
Yeah.
I liked it, even though honestly it isn't believable, to be honest. Jedis can push you back. They have the Force as well. You can't just grab a Jedi with the Force. Not if they know what they're doing. And these weren't like just little grunts, man. They were all, you know, they weren't Padawans. They were full-on Jedis that they brought there. The only which, by the way, the only one that was a Padawan did the best in the fight. What the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like, you just, again, it's a girl power thing. Like when we're talking about the genders, right? You know, it's just, they just had to do it. It didn't make any sense, but they had to do it that way. I mean, is there any other explanation for that? That why the Padawan would do better than 7 Jedi?
Yep, you're right. Yeah, and again, like, and she did a good
dude,
job.
what about that fucking missile kick? Oh my god, I loved that. It's just so funny.
Yeah,
she dropped it.
So I will say, like the battles were good. The Jedi battles were good. Soul was nice.
The second battle wasn't as good. The second battle at the very end wasn't as good as the first battle. There were some parts that I liked, like when lightsabers were going through the metal and stuff as they were fighting. And then there were other parts where they were like trying to do Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon crap that looked horrible. Yeah. Like when he's gliding down to
Oh yeah.
So you can enjoy some of the fight, and then some of the fights you're just gonna be like, oh god, why? Why did you just do something else? Like what? Who is this for?
Right. What I thought was kind of pointless, or was like you left us hanging, was I forget her name. It's the green Jedi, the ball-headed one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who I guess apparently is the wife of the
it's
director.
The wife of Leslie Headland.
Vernestra. So she has like a Jedi whip, or a lightsaber whip.
Yeah, which you see like one time.
Yeah, you see it one time. You're like, what? Okay, this better pay off in episode 8, and never seen it again. I was like, come on, dude. Like, you bring something new out, and you're
they gotta save that money for season 2, man.
Yeah. So, overall, like I said, it was a great concept, just poor execution.
Very poor execution.
You're right. A lot of people what they're explaining is right. It's like, what was the purpose of making or splitting this being into 2 different people? What was the purpose? Why was that happening?
It's because you wanted to do it first. That's why. That's it. You just didn't want to make Anakin as special as he was. You wanted to take that away. For some reason, you wanted to take the things that we like, and no, that's not it anymore. He wasn't the first. No, it's these girls.
I didn't like Soul, how he was going to say I love you. I was like, oh, come on. Like, you have to be probably the worst Jedi.
He is so weird, dude. And
yeah, it's like,
and you know what? He's still not the worst character, though. There are way worse characters in this show, even though Saul is like insane. Like, and how do I put it with Saul? The whole reason that he wants May, it seems, is because he was
You've been wanting
teased.
a Padawan.
Yeah, teased about not having a Padawan, and now he's like,
Yeah,
"Oh, she's my destiny." Like after just meeting her, it's like, dude, this is the kind of writing that you get, though. You know, it's
yeah,
like I want it now. I don't want to give you any explanation. He was teased about it, so now he's thinking about it. So now she's the one of me, like that.
yeah.
No
And then it's
connection, no
like,
getting to know each other. You know, sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but I
yeah,
have
yeah,
to
no,
say
no,
this before I forget it. You can have that, but you got to build it. Like,
mm-hmm.
let's take the prequels for example, right? Qui Gon sensed something in Anakin, but he kind of got to know Anakin a little bit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Um, it didn't happen overnight, and he certainly didn't become anyone's Padawan overnight. So it's just really weird.
yeah. Um, he's probably the besides Anakin, Soul's probably the most emotional Jedi, and maybe Luke too, the most emotional Jedi I've encountered or seen. Um,
Yeah, but
it's like
Luke
he's
wasn't trained by like a council and a
yeah, and he was
school
old too.
and
Yeah.
all that stuff. Saul's been in it since the beginning, from what you can
Um,
tell. He
the
just
the
he's a
one thing
horrible
I
Jedi anyway. Things happen to him that shouldn't happen.
the
Like
one
when
thing I
sorry,
did
go ahead.
like about Episode 8 was
That you
that
did like about episode 8?
yeah, was the
Okay.
senator. Um, I forget the guy's name, but he's the one that played as the Martian Manhunter and Supergirl
Uh-huh. I know him.
senator. So I like his. He's like, yeah, I don't like you, Jedi. Like you guys try to be this. You guys are a powerful thing that's been like that hasn't been taken control over or untamed. And he's
I
like,
did think his acting was okay. I
yeah, he's
did.
like, sooner or later, one of you guys is gonna flip, and you guys are not gonna be able. And I was like, and his yeah, that whole speech, I was like, okay, that was good. I liked
Yeah.
it. That's believable.
Yeah.
That was like a good writing right there. I actually liked that part of it. And then you never see him again. But um, yeah,
What
again,
do you think about? I didn't like though, like how the Jedi were portrayed in the whole show. Like they like they're supposed to be like they're almost like a police force, you know.
exactly, yeah,
And like at the end, they're like this guy's basically accusing them of being like corrupt cops.
yeah, exactly.
You know
And I
what I
think
mean? I'm like,
and I think
all
that's
right.
what I think that's what they were going for the show. Like that, the Sith were supposed to be like the good guys,
I
and
know, right?
the
What?
Jedi were supposed to be the bad guys. And you hear that throughout the whole through all of Star Wars, like the how people become the fallen Jedi. Ahsoka for in the Clone Wars, she was like, yeah, like I'm not gonna become I'm not a Jedi anymore. Like you guys are a little corrupt. You guys don't even know it. Like
Mm.
there's a reason why um I forget her name, the other Jedi that betrayed Ahsoka or framed her. They're all saying the same thing. Like you guys don't see it. Like you Jedi are not really all that like
Well,
you think
some
you
of them
are.
actually fall into darkness. That's the thing. But the
Yeah,
ones that are actually supposedly Jedi, you know, don't do things like this. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't believe that a bunch of Jedi would go into someone's place and uh just start killing all the girls. And then
yeah.
and then if they did, for good reason by the way, they were gonna kill them, I'm pretty sure. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? They possessed which by the way I hated too. They actually possessed
The
a
Wookiee.
Jedi. Wookiee or not, he's a Jedi. He has a calm mind. You know what I mean? He knows all the stuff to keep you out. That other guy I can kind of do because he's like a Padawan, right? He's still learning.
Yeah, I didn't like him at all. Like
No,
I
no,
want to
no.
go
But I
back
mean,
to
I can
Coruscant.
understand why they might be able to invade his
Oh
mind.
yeah, 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 yeah. He was the weakest one.
Yeah,
Like
that's not what I meant. I didn't like him like that.
oh, okay.
I just could understand why that might work. But then after that, after he knows, which by the way, the Wookiee was present when this happened, so he knows they can do this. He blocks them out, right? He says, "You
Mm-hmm.
can't get in my mind again. I'm ready for it this time." But somehow the Jedi Master isn't ready for it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
come on, man! Like you just wanted a Wookiee fight, so you did things that made no sense just because. And this is what happens in the show.
The one thing I thought was kind of defeat the purpose is that these witches have these little this chant, the power of one, the power of two, the power of many, and then you have a Jedi Master that just kills all of them in one head nod. I was like, you guys ain't that powerful then.
No, you're not. The power of many doesn't work out. And that's
Oh
I'm sorry, I
man.
want to get back to my point. Sorry, I got kind of lost because the show's so weird. But I also want to get back to, even if they did that, they wouldn't cover it up.
Yeah.
That's just not what Jedi would do, unless they were actually on the dark side, and they clearly weren't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what these people don't understand about Star Wars. That's like when they write these shows, and they even said like they didn't want people to check out old Star Wars who like wrote this show.
Yeah.
It's actually out there. Like, yeah, I didn't. They said they didn't see Star Wars. I was okay with that. And I don't need them to see Star Wars. I'm like, really? You don't want to like go back to like material that, you know, could help you to write better? Like the fact that, you know, this guy really can't get possessed, and if he does, people are gonna get pissed off. You don't want to know that? You don't want to know that most Jedi, unless they are corrupt, would turn to the dark side, but since they haven't and they're still leading normal lives, probably aren't going to be on the dark side and wouldn't cover this up. They would confess it to the council.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense, but these people don't care about that, and that's what's driving me nuts. So go on, go ahead.
Another thing I didn't like was the ending of episode 7, the end credits, how it was an actual song with lyrics in it.
Oh, that song was horrible, dude.
Like, no, they didn't. Like,
did you see in episode 8 too? They played Power of Many at the end.
I was like,
no,
some things
don't
shouldn't be changed. Some things shouldn't be changed. Like, you can't do that. You can't do that.
And that's why, like, it's not. This show isn't Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's just like it's some weird thing that somebody wanted to do, and they put lightsabers in it.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, I don't have any other explanation besides that. I mean, even the music isn't Star Wars.
Right. What was the other thing I didn't like? Oh, episode 8. How? Oh yeah, episode 7 and 8. How there's like a love interest now between Kimir and like Osha.
Oh, that was so weird.
And at the end of episode 8, they're holding hands with a lightsaber. I was like,
I know.
Oh,
it's
man,
trash.
staring in the sunset. It's like,
it's hot garbage.
You guys are forcing it.
You are way too hard.
No pun
and speaking of forcing it, how many times did our hero become villain, become hero again, become a villain again, become a hero again? How many times? This girl May flipped like 4 times.
Yeah.
Quick.
And Osha was like maybe even worse than, or just on the same level as evil as May.
I know, dude. And turning that crystal red, I didn't even know. I'm pretty sure you can't do that, but they just wanted to do that.
Actually, that's actually in the books that so they call kyber crystals. That's how you make the lightsaber.
Oh yeah, I know about kyber crystals, but I thought once they were that color, that was it. The crystal you get is the color you get.
Yeah, but there's no red crystal. So Sith have to bleed the crystal red.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So I actually thought that was a great thing that they did. I was like, oh, okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm all right with that.
I think a lot of people didn't like it, but I was like, they're like, oh, it's not a mood ring. I was like, no, you didn't see that she was squeezing it so hard that she started bleeding into it, and then that's how you see it just turn red. I thought that was well done.
Okay, if she bled into it, I'll take that.
Yeah.
And man, how about that episode 7 though, man? Oh my god, it's almost like not even a new episode. It's the same episode you already saw in episode 3. From a different camera angle.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you kidding me, dude? Like,
right.
Why are you wasting my time? Like, because you can't think of anything to write.
Oh, the one thing I thought was like dumb was an episode going back to episode 8. Was that little gopher looking guy?
Oh, Basil, he's horrible.
How he just like was.
Why did you turn on Soul, man? Yeah, why?
Like, what was that for?
Why is your alliance all of a sudden to May? She's
oh my god,
it's so weird. There's so many, and this is the problem again with the show. The writing doesn't explain anything because they don't know how to explain it because it doesn't make any sense. So they just leave it, and they let you write the show for them.
Yeah.
because they
That
don't know
was
why it happened. They might even forgot. You don't
yeah.
even know. Who knows how many versions of this show were actually out there, and this is the one they went with. Honestly, I got nothing else.
Right.
I really don't.
Um.
It's so weird, and it was an unnecessary chase also in episode 8. Like May wanted to kill Soul,
Yeah.
and he stunned her. Okay, right. And by the way, she gets out with her little tool pet, whatever,
Hip.
and gets him. Which, by the way, shouldn't happen either. He's a Jedi. He should have saw that coming.
Yeah.
But regardless, she's got him down. Take your shot. This is what you wanted. Why are you running away?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just an unnecessary chase. It doesn't make any sense for the character whatsoever. You got him down. Go after him. That's what you wanted. You were going to kill him
But
on
I
the
think
ship
she
earlier
wanted.
today.
I think. Remember, I think in episode 5, she wanted to turn herself in and explain
Right.
to the council.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then she decides not to.
Yeah.
So it's very weird. Well, let's say she flips and flips and flips, but
Yeah.
she had that chance. But no, they wanted a chase scene. It's the only reason it happened. Otherwise, she should have just killed him right there, or just do something different.
Yeah.
You know, go to the planet together with her tied up. That would have been fine, right? He planned on going there anyway, apparently.
Yeah.
So it's like whatever. But yeah, that chase scene was stupid. I didn't even enjoy that at all. Did you like the chase in the space with all the asteroids?
No, it would have been better if the ships had looked better, but they were like, they're
Yeah.
forgettable. Yeah.
It's really not good.
But yeah, there's so much open-ended stuff. Like you said, it's almost they probably that company that you said what you said the DEI.
Yeah, whoever. Yeah,
Company?
there's tons of them. There's tons of
They
companies.
probably already gave enough money to do episode 2, season 2, because there's so much open-ended stuff. Apparently, the Green Jedi knows who the Sith is. You got Plagueis, we got Yoda. We gotta see what they do with Osha and Khmer. There's still not a good enough answer about the how they were made. I know the mother made them, but who impregnated them?
Oh man,
like,
and how the mother died, man, wasn't that hard garbage too? Oh my god.
Yeah.
She turns into smoke. He puts his lightsaber into the smoke, and somehow he gets her.
Yeah.
She's already smoke, man. And what was she
Yeah.
doing with May, man? She was like evaporating with her.
Disintegrating, yeah.
It was like,
But
whoa.
yeah,
Alright.
that's all I have to say about the show. It wasn't good.
Yeah. It really
wasn't good at all.
If you can, maybe there's just clips on YouTube of the one fight between Grinhead and all the Jedi. That was pretty decent.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, I really just don't have much to say about this show. It's not good. The dialogue's horrible. I think the only good dialogue again was probably that guy that you were talking about.
Oh yeah, the senator.
Yeah, at the very end.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
really. Oh, and this one guy, man. Oh, dude, there's this guy named Mog in here. He's horrible.
Is that
Yeah, like the effeminate male guy.
Oh yeah.
Dude, he's just there to be there. I swear, he
that's
has
somebody's
no
nephew.
reason. Yeah, it's somebody's friend that needed a job or something.
Right.
It's so bad, dude. It's just another reason, like I say, like sometimes people just do things just to do them. They don't have any rhyme or reason, and it's when you do things like that, it doesn't usually work out well. That's what I'm saying.
Right. So, what's do you think is the future for Star Wars? Are there any other shows they're making?
Oh, that's a
I
good
think
question.
I think they canceled. Oh, so Andor. It's already confirmed that season
Andor's
2's coming
definitely going to be a season 2, and then
I think
supposedly it's going to stop. But I hope that it gets good viewership, and we can keep going with that as long as it's a good season.
Yeah.
If it's ruined, then I just want it done.
Yeah.
I do. I don't want. You've already ruined enough. Just let me have this. And if you're gonna do the same bullshit you've been doing with everything else, just forget it. Just get rid of it. You know what I mean?
Right. And I think they scrapped they're trying to make a Star Wars like skeleton crew, right?
I thought that was still coming out. I thought that was already shot at this point.
Oh, really? Okay, I thought that was scrapped.
No, I didn't. Maybe they scrapped it. I mean, it's possible they could have scrapped it. I mean, there are some things that you can do, I guess, where you can actually just write it off as a tax write-off. in
Like they
some
did with
places.
Batgirl?
Yeah, what they did with Batgirl. Yeah, I don't know if they could do the same thing with that.
I still want to see it.
I do too.
I know it's floating out there somewhere. It'll come out. It'll come out in 10 years.
Yeah, supposedly it was destroyed, but I don't think
Yeah.
it was. I think someone's got a copy.
Nothing's ever destroyed when it's like digital copy.
But they are supposed to be making a Ray movie. That is
Yeah, they are
pretty
supposed to
much-
make a Ray. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mandalorian is supposed to be a movie coming out.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe multiple movies.
And I'm not sure if they decided that I don't know if that's going to tie into Ahsoka or what they're going to do with season 2 for Ahsoka, if that's supposed to like tie into that, but
Is it confirmed that it's getting a season 2 now for Ahsoka?
well, just like the Acolyte, there's a lot of open-ended stuff.
If that shouldn't matter. If the show's bad and no one's watching it, why make another season?
We watched it.
Yeah, we watched it to make fun of it.
No, I actually like Ahsoka. I like Ahsoka. So.
Oh, you liked
I
it?
think it was that, and Balin was great too. So
Balin was cool.
There was some,
and he's gone.
That's the thing. that's what the thing about Acolyte. There was no character in there that you really cared about.
I will say this about Ahsoka. I started watching it because I thought I would like it, because Ahsoka is Dave Filoni's baby.
Yeah.
So I thought like he would treat her real good and do a great show. And I'm sorry, but that show was not very good. So I continued to watch it because of how bad it was.
Yeah.
And actually, also I continued to watch it because I wanted to find out what weird thing Balin was into.
Yeah.
What he felt. And you don't get it.
Yeah.
They just didn't even give it to you. And that set me off. I was like, dude, you put me on this wild goose chase for nothing.
Right.
Thrawn sucked. Thrawn was not very good.
That was a disappointment, yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. I didn't just watch it to see how bad it was. I also watched it because I really wanted to know what that thing was, and then they didn't even give it to me.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't want a season 2. Ahsoka turned out bad, and I actually hoped it was going to be good. I did.
Yeah, it wasn't. It let us down. We'll say that.
And I honestly hope that Acolyte would be good too, because when I saw the trailer, it looked like there were going to be some cool kung fu fights and some lightsaber stuff, and a murder mystery. Like someone's going around killing Jedi, even though you kind of already know who's doing it, right?
Yeah.
But like immediately when it starts, you're just like, man, this is bad.
Yeah.
But it could have been good. So it's not like I want them to be bad.
Yeah. We don't wish these to be bad. They just after like the first two episodes were like, yeah, it's
not good.
This is not good. This is not gonna be good at all.
I guess I'm just gonna watch it just to watch it to see if there is anything good.
Yeah.
And I liked watching that lightsaber battle. Like I said, it was pretty cool. And there's some stuff that I just find funny just to laugh at, though.
Right.
Like, did you see? There was episode 6 when May's on the ship and she's trying to like manipulate it and like the stuff flies in her eye.
Oh, the pit, the little droid thing.
Her scream was so funny.
Yeah, I was like, what was that for?
I laughed my ass off. Not gonna lie.
But it looks like what's gonna happen is that Pip, she still has that Pip droid.
Yeah.
And it probably remembers
it changed a
everything.
Different color. She's evil.
It probably remembers everything that happened. And it's probably going to remind May about all the stuff, or that Green Jedi might take that memory wipe off her, and she can remember everything.
I don't know if you can do that, but
enough of that.
Yeah, let's get to something more
Marvel
positive.
vs. Capcom.
Marvel vs. Capcom.
Collection. I was so excited. I was like, yes.
My favorite series.
Yeah. And what's great is like we know I think 2 out of those games in that bundle are very like rare and they're worth a lot.
I know. I just sold them too.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm. I needed the money at the time. So.
Oh.
But yeah, I had Marvel. I still have an extra copy though, so that's why I sold it, because I still have a bootleg copy.
Is it X-Men versus Capcom? Or...
I have X-Men versus Street Fighter on Saturn. I still have that. I also have it in my arcade machine behind me. So
right,
I have it a couple of different ways. But
what's the rare
it's all of them. So it's basically the start. There's also a beat 'em up game called Punisher. in there.
I never know that existed.
So here's the reason why Punisher's in there, because it doesn't seem like it should belong. That's the start of the partnership between Capcom and Marvel. That was their first game, was Punisher. And then after that, they made the first fighting game, which I believe was Children of the Atom. And that's the first X-Men game that they made.
Yeah,
Just
Juggernaut
an X-Men
was so
fighting
hard
game.
in that game. Juggernaut was so hard in that game.
I think you could play him as a secret character later on too.
I didn't know. I just knew he was hella hard.
And then after that, I believe it was X-Men versus Street Fighter.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was Marvel versus X-Men. X-Men versus Marvel. So they they upped the ante a little bit more with that, but it was really more just a rehash of everything. It wasn't anything new to it for the most part. I think there might have been a new character in there, or a couple new characters.
Ain't that the one with Cyborg Akuma?
I thought that was X-Men versus Street Fighter.
X-Men? No, I don't think he was in there.
If that's the case, then the next one is Cyber Akuma.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is a super cool character. And then it was Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah.
The very first one, and then Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which is probably the rarest out of all of them, I think.
You think so?
Marvel vs. Capcom 2 has not been available to buy for a cheap price for a very long time.
I bought it on my Xbox 360.
How long ago was that?
Yeah, it was a while.
Yeah, I'm talking digital. Like more within the last 5 years. And by the way, if you did buy it digitally, even if you did, if you don't, you can't get it on your new consoles. Even if it's in your registry, you still can't get it. It's not available. It's gone. They took it down. So there's been no way to get this game for, at least 7 years at this point, maybe more. Yeah, because Xbox 360, then Xbox One, and now you're on Series X. So that's like what, 3? That's got to be at least 7 years, maybe more. But yeah, there was no way to get this game, so that's why like people are freaking out, man. A lot of these games, by the way, you really couldn't get any of them. Like you can't just go on a Steam store or a PlayStation store and look for these games. They're gone. Right. The only way you could play them is if you, again, had a PS3 or an Xbox 360 and you downloaded it digitally. There was no physical copy. It was just digital.
They had Marvel's Capcom 2 did come out for PS2, right?
Yes, and Dreamcast.
Dreamcast was way better.
Yeah, Dreamcast is the best version.
Yeah,
for sure. And that's what the source code though was for the PS3 and Xbox versions.
Speaking of Dreamcast, hold on. Remember Power Stone? Yes, I love that game.
I absolutely remember Power Stone.
Yeah.
I just wish Capcom would remember Power Stone. Because that's another thing you can't get. A lot of these 3D games, as we're talking about games you can't get, Power Stone, Star Gladiator, Rival Schools, all these 3D games that people really enjoyed.
Oh, Rival Schools. I forgot about that.
Yeah, Rival Schools is the shit. That's the one I would want out of anything. Yeah. Power Stone is kind of like a 4-player kind of rumble, but Rival Schools was like a one-on-one, team game, which was super sick. But you can't get that anymore. Like all these games. So now that Capcom is doing, and this is what's really cool about this, now that we're talking about games that are, now becoming available, this isn't just called a Marvel vs. Capcom collection. It's called Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. And what that means, and I don't know if you looked at the logo, but it looks the same as Capcom Fighting Collection. It's a series. It's something they're going to keep doing. Yeah. So the next one probably on the list is either going to be like Capcom vs. SNK Collection, because those games you can't get either. There was one made by SNK too, SNK versus Capcom Chaos, which is really hard to get. Yeah. Like no one even seems to play it that much or enjoy it, but it was made by SNK, and it was actually the first appearance I think of Zero in a fighting game. He was in it. Right.
I think I remember. I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like Mega Man Zero. He looked all weird, but I thought that was kind of interesting. But anyway, yeah, we could get a Capcom 3D fighting collection. So Rival Schools and Power Stone, what you brought up, man. Like, I hope that it happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, go on. Sorry, I have so much information about this stuff. So like,
No, that's all I have. When I saw that, because they announced that maybe like 3 weeks ago.
It was, and what a weird announcement. It was at Nintendo Direct, which, by the way, Marvel vs. Capcom or any of those games, I think, has never been on a Nintendo system, ever.
Yeah, they have I think they have the fighting collection, the Capcom Fight Collection.
That's not the
on
same,
Nintendo.
though. Yeah,
I know it's not the same. I'm just saying that's the closest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but these games, like, even when they first came out in their infancy, they were never on Nintendo and have never been. This is the first time I think any of the Marvel Capcom partnerships will be on a Nintendo system.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Imagine playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2 in your hands.
Oh, never. No.
On a Switch.
Give me the Pro Controller. Give me the TV.
I know, but I mean, how cool is that, though, that you can even do it?
Nope, can't do it. Can't do it. It's not cool. It'll be frustrating. It's almost like playing like
I know, I'll be definitely playing on a Pro Controller for sure.
Yeah, but you know how they try to put Mortal Kombat 1 on the Switch. I was like, I'm not even gonna try it.
Well, Mortal Kombat 1 is a highly graphical intensive game. So Marvel vs. Capcom, even the last one, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, is not that graphic intensive. I mean, it's probably not even a gig the whole game.
Yeah, the Joy-Cons, I'm good. I'm give me the Pro Controller.
I will say this, though, it's going to be a lot of fun playing that thing, because there's probably going to have, like, they'll probably have rematch things now instead of having to go all the way back and select all your characters and stuff. They'll probably actually have just a rematch button, things like that.
Soundtrack.
Just a lot of quality
is fire.
The soundtrack's okay.
I'm going to take you for a ride.
Yeah, that soundtrack's okay.
I love it.
It's okay. It does grow on you, I will say that.
My 6 characters I always play with was I either switch between Charlie and Guile. Gambit was just like a backup character because I like his range.
Yeah.
Juggernaut was like my backup too.
Okay.
He's really strong with his coming in smashing.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? I would switch off with Psylocke. Venom. Venom will be my main also. I like the Venom.
I'm gonna destroy you.
Who else? Sometimes I'll use Blackheart because Blackheart's
good. That's one good choice you made right
range
there.
Is good too. And I never played with, even though I love Ken, I didn't choose Ken. Well, sometimes no.
Yeah, the Street Fighters kind of suck in the Marvel games.
Yeah,
they're just there just to be there.
Yeah.
Who did I play? I played Cable. He had a good assist.
I hate Cable.
Yeah. He had a good assist. He had good defense against anyone that would get in you. I played Iron Man. I played Captain America. I liked him a lot. Cyclops, really good. For a long time until I started to actually play like tougher players. I used to play Spider-Man a lot, Venom, things like that. But when I started to get better at it, then my team was like Cable, Iron Man, Captain Commando, I think.
Commando was cool.
Captain Commando was super cool. I love his super, where he just like takes you and just like they crisscross you, and then the last hit, superhero pose.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sick. But yeah, we're definitely gonna play. I promise you, there will be a video of me and DZ playing when that game comes out.
I never really played.
I already bought it. I don't know if I told you that, but I already bought it on PlayStation.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I already pre-ordered it.
Okay. Never played Wolverine.
I played Wolverine. Yeah, he's super fast.
For some reason, I would like to pick Sabretooth. For some reason, I don't know.
I liked his little assist, the birdie. I liked.
Yeah.
Where she came out and started shooting stuff. I always thought that was cool. Omega Red was fun too.
I like Jin. Jin was cool.
I played Jin. Yes, Jin was cool. I like Jin a lot. I mean, I played everybody in that game, man. That's when I didn't have. I had a whatever job, and I was still living at home.
I would use Strider. I would use Morgan sometimes.
Morgan, I played a lot. Yeah.
I
used to like playing Jill. Jill was pretty cool.
I was gonna say Jill too.
Yeah, and I like playing Mega Man. Mega Man was cool too.
I never was good with Mega Man.
I always like to charge up his Buster, and then if you got one good hit, you could charge it like the whole match.
Yeah.
And you could let it loose, and it would just go. It would hit you for like 10 seconds. That's not a crazy thing. That's real. I think it actually hit you for 10 seconds.
I would use that Surfbot just to piss people off.
Yeah, Surfbot was super hard to hit. He's super tiny.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to. I mean, dude, I played like the whole cast back then.
Did you see that? There's this guy. He made a mod of. I can't remember if it's. I think it's Marvel vs. Capcom, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. But he made a mod to where he's just adding all these characters in there.
Yeah. Oh, that's not him. That's everybody. There's a lot of people working on that. New characters. Yeah, a lot of people have. And that's actually kind of revitalized Marvel vs. Capcom a little bit.
Yeah.
UMVC 3 anyway. And yeah, there's a lot of people that are still working on characters, but there's a lot of characters that are already out and have been out for a long time. They put like Cyclops in there. They just did like Asura's Wrath in there. Let's see, Venom's in there, I think. There's a lot. I can't even go over all of them, but yeah, there's tons of modders out there. But I'm just afraid to put mods on my PC. I need to learn how to do it, to be honest.
Yeah, I haven't got a PC yet, but
yeah,
I want to build me one day.
Yeah, but it only works on PC. It's the only way it'll work. And then you still got the horrible netcode, so I still don't. Yeah, I hope that they re-release or put a rollback patch out for Marvel vs. Capcom 3. That's what I would love. Because Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is like my jam.
I bought it and I didn't like it.
Really?
I think it doesn't
Marvel
compare
3?
to Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think it compares at all.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I bought it. Yeah, I think I bought it.
Are you sure you're not thinking of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite?
No, I didn't like Infinite at all. I couldn't get jiggy with it.
Did you see that Maximilian dude's actually working on like a project to like redo, not really redo it, but upgrade the graphics on Infinite, like with a whole different art style?
No, I haven't watched him in a while, but I know who you're talking about. But no, I didn't know he was doing that.
It's really cool. The characters, it does look like the characters look vastly different.
Yeah,
it looks more like honestly like an anime game almost.
Oh, nice.
Like the art style, it almost looks like more what Marvel vs. Capcom 3 looked like.
Okay,
but I'll have to send you pictures.
Yeah, but that's all I got. Deadpool's coming out next week, I think.
Yeah, I got tickets for that for the week after. I think it's like Wednesday or Tuesday or something.
Yeah, there's so many cameos in there. There's gonna be so many cameos.
Yes, I don't really want to discuss too many because I heard about. Actually, I don't even want to ruin it for you in case you haven't heard of it. But there's a lot of rumors out there, and I wish I didn't hear a lot of the rumors. I wanted to go in kind of surprised. It's just kind of how I am.
Well, I know. I remember months back. They had this on the IMDb. That what's her name? Electra, the girl that plays Electra was.
Yeah, I heard that one. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's in the credits. I was like, okay, cool. They're really bringing back all the Fox people, and really gonna make this like a multiverse thing.
I want to see Chris Evans as Human Torch.
I was about to say that. I wouldn't be surprised if Chris Evans does it.
That's what I want to see. I would love to see Chris Evans as Human Torch, Ben Affleck Daredevil.
Speaking of Chris Evans, Captain America, you see the trailer for a New World Order? I forget what it's called.
Yes, yeah, I did. Yeah.
What do you think?
Okay on it. It doesn't look amazing, but it also doesn't look horrible. So
yeah, I'm still not sold on Sam Wilson as a lead character.
Yeah,
I'm still not sold on it.
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, we haven't seen the movie, so you never know. The trailer at least wasn't. I didn't hate it. You know what I mean? I just didn't get me like super amped up. Even the part with, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I don't know why they had to show Red Hulk at all.
Yeah.
I don't think you needed to do that. I think you were kind of desperate, and that's why I get really nervous when you. It was a teaser.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have showed him at all. You really just were trying to get people really psyched up for this thing. So I didn't kind of, I don't know. I wasn't feeling that part. And it was kind of weird that he didn't have a mustache.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess they just, for some reason, got rid of. Probably Harrison Ford didn't want to have a mustache or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably what it is. But I'm probably gonna go see it. And a lot of these movies I haven't gone to see lately.
Honestly, I probably could just go see it because of Red Hulk.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
the only reason why.
I know.
Yeah.
And Red Hulk is a totally different kind of fighter too. He's not he's in his right mind completely, and he knows, like, military strategies. Like because he is Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. When Red Hulk came out in the comics, it was really cool because you didn't know anything about who he was or anything.
Right.
It was this huge mystery. He came out of nowhere and he was just a beast, and he fought way different than the original Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to see that. I hope they don't. And here's the other problem with Marvel too lately, but they've realized that they've been screwing up. A lot of their CG has been lackluster. They haven't been investing the money into CG as much and rushing people who are doing the CG.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you can see it in a lot of their projects lately.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that doesn't happen with this.
Yeah.
You really need to get that right. I mean, if you screw that up, come on, that's kind of what people are going for
Right.
this one. If you show Red Hulk, you need to make Red Hulk good.
Right.
It's a long way from Thanos. When we saw that was great CG, man. To me anyway, I thought it looked fantastic. And then you go to like Ant-Man, freaking MODOK, like, oh my god.
Oh Lord. Don't even.
They paid money to have that done.
Well, yeah, that's it. That's all I have.
That's all you got?
Anything else?
Yeah. This probably won't be out in time. Maybe I can put it out in a couple of days. But Evo is this weekend. So.
Oh yeah, San Diego, huh?
Las Vegas.
Oh, Las Vegas. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, my bad. Yeah, Evo. Okay.
Yeah. So I take my vacation off every year just to watch it. Pools and finals and all that stuff. I love watching fighting games, man.
Oh, I was thinking about Comic-Con. Comic-Con's coming up too.
Oh yeah, Comic-Con is coming up too soon.
So Evo's in Vegas. Okay.
Yeah, Evo is a huge. Those who don't know, Evo is the biggest fighting game tournament of the year. Everyone from all over the world come to this tournament to compete for a lot of money in 8 different games.
What games are it?
This year, what's the coolest? I'm gonna hold the last game. I'm gonna say the last game last, which is probably the coolest. So you got Tekken 8, MK1, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, which is kind of like Street Fighter but more like anime style.
That's what you've been playing, right?
No, I'm playing a very old game just to play it because it's cool and fun to me because it's new to me. I never played it. Because 2XKO is that League of Legends game. It's going to have the same type of fighting style. And I've never played a game like that before. So I'm kind of prepping for that. Anyway, so Grand Blue Fantasy versus Street Fighter 6. What is it? Oh, there's a couple more. Under Night In-Birth, which is like an anime fighter as well. Guilty Gear Strive. What's the last one? Oh, King of Fighters 15. This will probably be the last one for King of Fighters 15. And the last game, number 8, Street Fighter Third Strike.
Wow. I actually like Third Strike. I had it on.
I know. Everyone likes Third Strike, man. It's a cool fucking game.
PSP.
It's also like a 20-year-old game.
Yeah.
That they're playing at this thing, man. And let me tell you, people are huge about authenticity about this. So they won't play it on a console. So there's over 1,000 players for Third Strike, and they're all playing on arcade cabinets. That's incredible.
Yup.
They're running
Yeah.
pools on arcade cabinets. It's gonna be insane. So yeah, I recommend checking that out. It's gonna be really awesome, especially finals day. Check that out for sure because you will see the best in the world. People come from this year. I think it's over 64, 65 countries are actually gonna be at Evo
Okay.
representing. So if you want to see the best of the best,
And they're streaming it on
that's it.
Twitch or YouTube?
Evo, yeah. So just check Evo out on Twitch, and then you could probably see all the other channels.
Okay.
Typically, it's like Evo 1, Evo 2, Evo 3. But
Yeah, I
you
just
can
went to the
also
website. It says it's premiering in 8 hours, right?
Yep.
Oh, okay, cool.
So maybe I'll
Yeah.
try to rush to get this video out. I'll just do a quick cut and see
Yeah, it's
if
not
I
that
can...
long. It's about a little bit over an hour.
Yeah. And not
But yeah.
even. I don't think it's... Yeah. Around there.
But yeah, if that's it.
All right, man.
Tell us what you guys think about Star Wars Acolyte. We're not hating on. We don't like to hate. We are big fans. We are nerds, and we.
I just
are
want it to
tired.
be... Yeah, we just want it to be good.
We're tired of. If you go back and. What was what was the last show we liked?
I think it was
We like
Andor.
Godzilla.
Godzilla's awesome.
We like Andor.
Yeah.
Of course. What was the other shows we liked? We need to talk about X-Men '97. That was a great show.
That was a good show. Well, we did talk about it for a little while, right? We didn't go over episode by episode, but we were kind of on our hiatus at the time.
Yeah.
But yes, we did like X-Men '97. Disney Plus. Who knew?
We had mixed feelings about She-Hulk. She-Hulk, we're like, we gotta.
Yeah, we were half and half on it.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it.
We were okay with Moonlight.
Yeah.
What else was there? What was the last Star Wars show? We were okay with Mandalorian 3. We weren't doing our podcast when season 2 came out of Mandalorian.
No, we weren't.
No.
No,
Okay,
I think we started our podcast with Andor season 2.
Andor?
Or season 1, sorry.
I'm about to say.
Yeah, the first. Yeah, sorry. We started our podcast with Andor, and then we kept going from there.
Yeah, so we like, and we mostly do. Oh yeah, we were talking about Titan also. We never finished Titan. I got
Titans
lost.
is just I don't think I can do it, man. It's.
I had to force. I gave up when I had to keep on watching. They were on season 4, I think. Season 4, wherever the last season was. I had to keep on watching this one episode over and over again because I was watching episode 2, and then I fell asleep and I'm watching like episode 4, and I was like, yo, what the hell's going on? Like, what happened? It looks totally different now. Or not looks totally different.
The show's like completely changed, it seems.
Yeah.
So it's not the show that I started watching.
Right.
So I don't know if like new writers took over or what. But I really enjoyed season 1, and I'm pretty sure I enjoyed season 2. And after that, I was kind of like, okay. And at some point, I just don't want to watch something just because I started it.
Yeah.
At some point, I did that with Smallville, and I kind of regretted it.
Oh, I've never watched a full episode of Smallville. Like, never.
Smallville was awesome for a while, and then it just started to really get.
I heard.
Yeah.
But yeah, so again, guys, we don't want to hate. We're just disappointed in these shows that we have. We're big fans about. It could be that we're biased because we're used to the older shows but there's a reason why the older shows are like
good.
The writing,
and we're explaining
the
these
style,
things why they're good. So try to pick up on that. Don't just hear like, I didn't like it. Listen to why we don't like it.
Yeah,
we're not following.
Yeah, we're not following the trend, the hate train.
Yeah,
we're just really like into it, and that's the reason why we made this podcast. It was like, yo, we nerd out and everything.
I just wish we could get more excited about these projects, and that's again why I wanted to say in the beginning, man. It's not the hate thing. It's just that. Again, I'm going to reiterate this one more time. Think about how much you love Star Wars and how much you enjoyed all the other things around it. Mm-hmm. Think about how someone gave you $180 million to get the best writers you could to write a whole new story about maybe someone who's killing Jedi. That's your premise, right? No one knows who it is. Could you not do better than this heap of garbage? And don't we deserve better for our time and our money? I think we
And
do.
and the biggest actor in there was a guy from Squid Games. You know,
Yeah.
so all these other actors were. I'm not gonna say they're nobody, but they're not A-list stars. You know, so you
And
guys had a a very nice budget. Was it more than She-Hulk? I think.
it was close, if not more.
Yeah. So
180 million bucks.
and you have Godzilla over here.
It's over 10 Godzilla minus ones they had
Yeah.
to do this. And Godzilla minus one is 10 times better
Right.
than this.
So, and again, like
So
the
just
reason
think
why we
about
compare
that.
it, yeah, the reason why we compare it because Godzilla, it's been has Godzilla been almost around the same amount of time that no, yeah. No, Godzilla's been around longer, but they don't go away. It just to sum it
They
up, it's just a
respected
great
the IP.
yeah.
They
There you go.
appreciated
Yeah,
where it came from. They didn't say, I want to change it all. They
Yeah.
said, man, this is good. Let's go off of that. Whoever is writing these things lately just doesn't have respect for why they even have the opportunity to do this.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Like, the reason you have this opportunity is because these people wrote really great stories and made a ton of lore that you have to respect because it's in the universe.
Right.
So when you change that, you take away everything that they did. And why'd you do it? Just because you wanted to.
Yeah.
You know, and again, the reason you get to do this is because they did that. So you need to
Mhm.
show them the respect because they actually gave you the opportunity to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It really makes me mad, man. It's not that I hate genders or whatever, man. It's just these stories are bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry. We can end it.
We'll end it before Mr. Austin gets more pissed off and he has to go to bed soon. But anyways, guys, again, leave your comments. Tell me what you guys think about the Acolyte. Are you guys excited for Marvel vs. Capcom Bundle Fighting Collection? Are you guys gonna watch Evo? Now that he told me, I didn't know it was coming tomorrow, so I'll make some time to watch it.
Yeah, finals will be Sunday. So if you just want to watch like the best of the best, because it's just pools until Sunday. So check it out Sunday. You will see some awesome matches.
Yeah, and Mr. Austin, let me know something. We hit a milestone. We have 14 subscribers. we going all up. You know, we going up.
Get right out of town.
Yeah.
Shut the front door, Ron.
So you guys help us out. Subscribe. We got more content coming out, and we will see you guys next time. Again, my name is Ron Deezy, my buddy old pal over here.
Mr. Awesome.
We are two nerds are better than one. We'll see you guys next time.
Later, guys.